Hello, everyone. Thank you guys so much for watching and watching the replay. My name is Jean Collins. We're going to talk about mindset. And I totally want everyone live to type in what brought you here tonight and or what emotions have you been feeling the most? Because Mindset for Creatives is about emotional wellness and connecting our emotions to our physical body. I have some notes and some ideas of what to chat about, and I want to make sure that you all are in an awareness or have that I hit on those emotions that you might be feeling or dealing with. If you don't want to send it to the whole group, you can private message me and hopefully I can see that. So let's see where the chat usually just pops up. But do I need to have, oh no, that's not gonna work. So let's hope that the chat pops up. Yeah, so the lungs in this time of year, we're still in fall. I know it feels like winter where we're at in Taos, but we are in fall. With that, in Chinese medicine, our biggest support is the lungs and making sure that we have some extra support with our lungs. Meaning, and this is one of my biggest things. So for little history, for those of you who haven't seen me or know, I have a diagnosis of asthma. I used to get sick all the time as a kid and and then later developed pizza face acne is what I call it. And through a series of events, like I literally I just had a constant headache. It took a while to figure out what it was, and I had to kind of deduce that myself. My mom had found essential oils through my little brother having night terrors. And with that, she found specifically Young Living essential oils because she'd already been using essential oils and they didn't work the same. Within 30 minutes of my brother having these samples, she thinks it was, because you have to remember, this was a stressful time for her. None of my other siblings had night terrors. And we with Javier, like it was like night terrors are like he was huddled up, he threw his clothes off, he was freaking out. You couldn't really touch him, you couldn't soothe him, and they just kind of popped up after an incident. They popped up and it didn't really make sense. He later got diagnosed with autism, and that unfolded our Young Living journey because, like I said, she went through the 3 samples her friend had sent her. And with that, she saw results within 30 minutes. And so upon the next day, upon normal waking hours, she called her friend and said, "Hey, well, what is this? How can I get some?" And then my mom got a starter kit. Now they're called the premium starter kits. I do highly recommend everyone start with them. It's literally, we're going to talk about some of the oils in that tonight, and some of my go-tos in there. And so then I started using oils. We literally just put oils on the bottom of our feet. It's kind of hard to see your feet, so I'm gonna show you with hands. So for a while, I would just put oils on the bottom of my feet, usually 2 times a day, morning and night. And then as I started learning and understanding, like essential oils really help with our sense of smell goes directly to the limbic center of our brain, which is really cool because our limbic center of our brain controls our emotions, and we are really emotional beings. Now, Western medicine talks about how different organs are connected with emotional responses, frequency, measured in hertz, right? Frequency. And so, with it being fall, we're going to talk about the lungs because in Chinese medicine, the lungs need extra support in the fall. The fall also, with that, the lungs hold negatively grief, inner crying, sadness. So the opposite of that is joy and happiness. And so when we are on the side of fear, which is the grief, the inner crying, or the sadness, we can move and use essential oils to get back into the happiness and the joy. So how do you do that? Um, Valor is a great place to start. That's one of the oils that when my dog was going crazy, I knocked over, and anyways, they're on the floor somewhere. So Valor is a great place to start because it helps with courage, and it's very balancing, and it's really going to connect. It's also literally called chiropractor in a bottle, where is the spine, like the bones, right? It's connected to the nervous system. So in our nervous system, our emotions are connected everywhere in our body. So that's why, like, sometimes people hold tension. Mostly women hold tension in their upper shoulders, but some might, like, for whatever reason, it's their right knee. Like, this is why I encourage you to just pay attention to where your emotions are held in your body. And this does take a lot of awareness, and so therefore it takes the mindset. I noticed part of the comment was about mindset and really having the conversation of mindset. And mindset is a daily task, and it's studying and it's feeling into your emotions and paying attention to where you have them. So right now, this is cedarwood. I like to let the essential oils drop because then I'm getting a full drop. We have trillions of cells in our body. Essential oils work on a cellular level. And it's also the aroma aspect, right? Is another aspect. And though they work through the skin. And there's been new research too that each organ has an aroma connected to it. It's really cool. And that is new research. So new things are happening that when I have more awareness, I will let you know. So for those of you who are like, maybe I can't really smell, put them on your body anyways. You're going to be able to have the cells, the oils go through the cells, they go through the skin wall, and they just know where they need to go. It's really a cool thing. And Dr. Oliver Winker explained that with many different scientific studies. So if you need those, I'm happy to share that with you. But taking a few deep breaths and using an affirmation. Cedarwood is really grounding. Wood oils, so cedarwood, and then frankincense, which frankincense is in the starter kit, are both tree oils. And the reason why I connect and remember that tree oils are good for the lungs, because look at the trees now in the fall, right? They have no leaves on the branches. And then if you think about what underneath, it's like the same thing, and you flip it over and it's like your lungs, right? So that's a good way to say, okay, trees are great for lung support. And they're also very grounded and rooted, and our breath is our life. So you can say something like, I am connected, right? Or I feel secure. So we need to feel secure, and we need to move forward. So I feel secure. I'm happy. I'm currently aware that the solution is present. Whatever the I am is so important, so important. And if you do need to cry, you need to, like, let it out, right? Release it, let it out. It's an important aspect because we don't want those emotions to get physically stuck in the body, because dis-ease is really just the body out of balance. Because essential oils are awesome and they've been used since biblical times, and more science has been developed of their validity to help us physically. This is my medicine cabinet. So I use oils all the time for my emotional wellness as well as my physical health. Again, I do have a diagnosis of asthma, RC, Raven, and Breathe Again. Raven is in the starter kit. So Raven is a great option. Raven actually also helps with deeper lung issues. So if I'm feeling really, really like a cough that's really sticky, I'll use a lot of Raven. Right now, Breathe Again. So what I'm doing now is adding oils upon oils. It's called layering. And layering is literally just taking an oil and adding another oil. That's layering. And you're just helping the oils add and build up to enhance each other's benefits. Again, you can also put it on your chest, right? Breathe again. You can put it on your chest. You can put it on your neck. Um, with putting it on the chest, if you need to during extra immune support, coconut oil or jojoba or olive oil with multiple reps. So like if I have a day and it's been at least a year since I've had anything knock me down, I will use my oils throughout the day. And I'll usually use a carrier oil. That way they seep in, they slowly seep into my skin, and they are supporting my lungs and my emotional wellness. So with that, when I am not feeling well, not at my best, I layer oils and I use carrier oils and I usually apply them to my chest. That way, the belly button is also a great spot too, because think about it, that's where you got all your nutrients when you were in as an embryo. And again, it's something easy. You can just drip oils and rub them, and usually like you can use a carrier oil, but you don't really need to because the skin is a little thicker there. So yeah, I usually just apply oils neat, especially with your hands. Your hands though, like I'm aware, I try not to touch my books. I'm one of those people, I guess. um, it's not really like your books will get oily. So if you're like me and you don't want your books to be all oily, find different places. Even the ears have reflexology points to each organ as well. And there was a time and a place that I like in college, I would just put oils on my ears. That's what I did. There's really no wrong place. Just be really sensitive. If you accidentally get oils in your eye, you need to use a carrier oil. So again, that's coconut, jojoba, olive oil, grapeseed oil, avocado. Put that in your eye first because oil and water don't mix. And if you put water directly in, it's going to push that oil further into your eye and you're going to feel it even more. So, adding essential oils to the bath. Like this time of year, we're really stressed out. I know someone mentioned, and I don't specifically mention names, in the chat, I heard something about under pressure. So I would also think of that as stress. And Stress Away is a great option. Stress Away is another oil in the starter kit, as well as lavender. That's another oil that got October. So Tranquil, we're going to talk about Tranquil because it does have lavender in it, as well as it already has a carrier oil in it. It has cedarwood, vitamin E, coconut, Roman chamomile. So roller oils are really easy. There's also an like you can use this to really do acupressure. And it's not too sharp, right? So if you wanted to get like the back of your neck and put a little pressure and then like roll it down to the the base of the spine, you could do that. You could do that on I would be equal, be balanced. We're about balance here, finding the balance, and it's tranquil. The other thing too is actually I'm going to encourage everyone on this call to just take 3 deep breaths. You can also do this with your eyes closed as well. So stress negatively affects the immune system. It just negatively affects the body. Being under pressure, deep breaths are amazing. I like to add the essential oils. Remember that scent tent? So this is TOA from the Animal Sense line. Last I looked, it is currently out of stock. There is also a sale coming up. This is November 19th. On Thursday, November 21st, there's a sale at 9 a.m. I don't know yet exactly what the sale is. When I know more, I will let you know. For those of you on, make sure that you are on my list if you choose to be, which I'm sure you will, so that you know and you can take advantage of it. So sentence. Again, that was 3 deep breaths, right? And I like to use words as well. So if you, before I even add anything, right, you kind of heard me say I am earlier. Whatever you put behind I am is very important. A lot of the time, people put something that they don't want, and therefore they get more of what they don't want because that's what they're focused on. And the universe just, it's amoral. It gives you what you say or what you're thinking. So I am is really powerful. So you can do those deep breaths. You can say it to your head in your head, or you can say it out loud, depends on where you're at. And you guys are like, I am secure. I am happy. I am protected. I am protected as I know that the universe is supporting me, right? This is an obstacle because you're probably in an obstacle moment, or you're feeling under pressure, or you're feeling stressed out. And you need to be aware of that. Like, okay, what's my next step? I need to take that time. I'm currently aware that I'm off and I'm desiring to be balanced. I am desiring to find happiness. Happiness is within me, it's a choice. So I have found the happiness, and these are my steps that I can take control of. Because I would say, currently, just between Facebook and what I'm hearing, some people are really in fear and they're holding fear so big that they're almost immobilizing themselves, and they're letting an outside affect the inside. Again, happiness is a choice, and taking action is coming from emotionalizing good thoughts with whatever you desire. So we have to focus on what we desire to see happening. I use the oils to help me move through things. Um, Again, the limbic center is connected directly to the brain. It can help with memory, it can help with your mood, your emotions, and it's our emotions, our brain connects to all of our nervous system. I just love essential oils. They're awesome. So Christmas spirit, it's a perfect time. It's a perfect blend because in it is orange. Oranges connect us to our inner child. It's just a known fact. How many of you have a good memory of peeling an orange? Well, I can't see you guys though. Of peeling an orange as a kid, right? You like, yeah, it's a really cool thing. Um, and I love, I mean, to me, it reminds me of soccer, right? And it's connecting to that inner child. And then there's cinnamon bark. Cinnamon bark has a great ability to help with our immune system. It's also in thieves, and thieves is in the starter kit. Orange also helps with our immune system. I'm talking about Christmas spirit right now. Black spruce. So spruce really helps with deepening, taking oils deeper into the cells. And spruce is also a tree oil. So this is really good for our immune system and our lungs and bringing out our inner child. Christmas spirit. Most people just find happiness with this oil. So I highly encourage you to play with this and discover what's best for you. The other thing is there is no, a lot of the time I'm going over like benefits of oils, but I will just pick an oil out of the line. I was trying not to look at it, or I usually kind of have them like in a clump, right? In a clump. And I'm just like, oh, this is what I need. Breathe again, right? Like I try not to get too heady and just like trust my intuition of where I'm pulling things, right? So I'm hoping that I'm impressing that upon you. There is no wrong. Every oil has its benefits, and every oil knows what it needs to do. And just trust and use them and have fun. So I talked about joy. Joy is also really great for grief. This can be also a very, if anyone's in loss, this time of year can be a little bit hard because it's the holidays, and that person might not be there. So, joy. You can add a drop. You can put it in the diffuser. So I haven't talked about diffusers. Diffusers come in the premium starter kit, and they're just amazing. I actually have my diffuser on right now. The one that I have on is connected through my phone. It's through an app. You can also, it does have buttons too. And I do kind of like it because sometimes I'm just like, oh, I'm not near it. I'm up. I'm in a different area, or I'm walking into the house. I'm like, I would like my diffuser on before I even enter. And it's that burst of, right now it is lemon and orange. Yeah, I think so. So joy is amazing for that grief. So if you're feeling it, I highly encourage you to add joy. Joy does have a floral. There's a man in the audience. So if you have experienced grief, maybe you want to diffuse that or put that on the bottom of the feet. The cool thing with the bottom of the feet is our feet have a tougher skin, and though they have larger pores. And so really when you're adding oils to the bottom of your feet, you get them quicker because of those larger pores within about 15 minutes. The other thing is, when I used to serve tables or serve at a restaurant, they don't really want you smelling. So if you're in an area or in a profession currently that doesn't like you to have an excess amount of aromas, just put them on the bottom of your feet, put your socks and shoes on, and you're the only one who can smell it. And it's still benefiting you. Obviously, I don't work there anymore because I like to, the oils, being a human diffuser is a real thing. During COVID, we were all in a loss. And that's why COVID also affected our lungs. We were all in grief. We all were grieving our normalcy. And therefore, I put on a lot of Valor because Valor, again, is great for courage. A lot of stress away because people were just stressing out. So much stress away. It was like, y'all, like, you have to be aware of your mindset and what you're thinking and what you're emotionalizing with, because that's what's going to put you into action or inaction. I realized I forgot my little Bob. I learned it from Bob Proctor, and also, let's see if I have one with me in my other notes. And if not, I have a pen, and I'm gonna really quickly draw y'all something, and it's called the Stick Man, and it's really cool. Yeah, I'll draw it on the back of this. So we have our conscious mind and our subconscious mind. Our conscious mind is our ability to think, and our subconscious mind is the emotional. It's also the infinite. The subconscious only accepts, right? So we can literally create a new self-image. And this is where the importance of emotionalizing with what you want. So this is the Stick Man. Our conscious mind, our subconscious, that's the body, and then that's the results. So I sometimes look at my results and utilize essential oils to help me become aware of what I'm really emotionalizing with and making sure I'm emotionalizing in the right mindset to get the results that I desire. So if I don't like my current results, it's on me. I can say it's everyone else, but at the end of the day, it's only me. And therefore, Valor is a really great awareness. If you're on this call and you're feeling like, ooh, that was harsh, that kind of hurt. So use some Valor, have some courage to think about what you're thinking about and what you're emotionalizing with. Because I've been there where I'm all like, no, I couldn't have created this because this is not what I want. And use some TOA because there probably is some trauma. TOA stands for trauma. Peppermint as well. Peppermint is in the premium starter kit, and peppermint is great. for removing failure. Peppermint's also really good for occasional stomach and occasional headache. And that, to me, that's the way that I think of, right? Recently, probably within the last 5 or 10 years, we finally realized what the ancients have realized, and science has proven that like our brain is in our second, or our second brain is in our gut, right? We have our brain, we have a heart brain, we have a gut brain. So this is also why tomorrow, for those of you in Taos, I will be at the Taos Food Co-op at 4 p.m. teaching on the gut, the importance of gut health, which also does affect your mindset, right? And I think it's fuel. So just understanding that, and hopefully you can make that too, because it'll be totally different. This is all about oils. The other one is a little bit more about nutrients with a little bit of oils too. So peppermint is really great for connecting the brain and the gut. Peppermint, though, can also move you into action and remove the fear of failure. So that could be another thing. If you aren't liking your results, you might be too focused on the fear of failure. And there is a duality, and I'm still learning about duality and understanding that there is still fear, but you have to hold the duality of the success and who you desire to truly be. And you have to mostly think from up here and like just leave the fear aside. And that again is where I use oils, Valor, Raven, lavender, Stress Away. Believe is another one. That's another one of my favorites. Believe in yourself. Believe in whatever your mission is. I don't know what that is for you. I know what it is for me. And removing toxins and helping people to understand the power of essential oils and how they literally can move you from a fear state into a faith state, into a love, faith, joy. I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. It's just, you're just happier. Can't tell anyone sometimes people are like, how are you so happy? How do you get so many things done? And I'm like, oils, gut health, removing toxins. It's really 3 things. It's super simple. It's actually crazy when I learned about toxins, and I had a moment of frustration and anger. And it was glorious and beautiful, because then I realized like, wait, I just have to teach people about oils and health and toxic awareness, and then voila, things start to change, and they have. Okay, so frankincense is also good for making sure that you are in clarity of thought. Frankincense is amazing for helping with your mindset. It's a spiritual oil, so it does connect you to God, higher power, whatever you want to, I don't know, whatever works for you. Peppermint is also great for memory and mindset, right? I was talking about the fear of failure, but also just connecting with memory and using it to study. So if you need creativity too, peace and calming. This is another one that's in the starter kit. I have diffused that, and man, I got really focused. It was really cool. And peace and calming actually also calms wild children. Used that when I was babysitting, just a little heads up. And then there's Digize. So Digize, if you're feeling a little disillusioned, the gut health is also really connected, as I currently am aware of, like our outside world. So gut issues, something's going on, you need to clear it up. Digize is a great way. You can take it internally. You can also put it on your stomach. And then there's also Thieves. Thieves is really cool. It does support the immune system, and it also does support the lungs. We are in the world of lungs, right? Kind of going over the rest of the premium starter kit oils. Thieves, though, also is great because it activates the right and the left brain. There's been imagery of the brain taken when smelling Thieves, and it activates the whole brain. So that's really cool, because you can be supporting your lungs, activating your brain, and really being able to focus and get things done, which currently everyone on here is an entrepreneur, And so adding essential oils is a really great idea to do to make sure that you are focused and accomplishing things to do whatever it is you need to do to make the world a better place, right? Yeah. So that's why I also use the Thieves cleaner and all the Thieves, the toothpaste and the mouthwash. I mostly actually use those products more than the Thieves oil. I do. It's what I do. So I use these every day. My dish soap, my hand soap, my toothpaste, my mouthwash, every day. Um, yeah. There's also, because I'm gonna end with these two oils and then I'm gonna close out and open it up for questions. So envision, because you guys are on here, you're an entrepreneur, you have your own business. Envision is a great oil. I like to use this. We're ending. Oh, I also wanted to talk about transformation. Okay, well maybe we'll talk about a few other things. So, I'm at the last. I've been using a lot of Envision. You can put on your forehead. You can also put on the back of your neck. This is another creative. I was talking about peace and calming for creativity. Envision is another one for creativity and making sure that where it is you want to go is truly in alignment with you. Because that's also a mindset thing that you have to be aware of and think about with every activity. Is this truly in my highest good? Is this truly going to get to where I need to go? Right? I like to think from the end, talking about mindset. I've actually started planning this is a new thing for me, starting to plan my day of like, okay, what's the goal of that day? How do I want to feel at the end of the day? And then moving backwards from there. So envision, help you to create that vision and focus on it and act, make sure you can diffuse it when you're creating your goals or ending the year, or creating your to-do list for the next day, right? White Angelica. Protecting yourself. Literally, that's what White Angelica. It's a double mirror. And it's apparently this one is at its last, and I didn't even realize it. I must have grabbed the wrong one, put this in the wrong spot. So White Angelica is now, it's just like, the cool thing is like you still can smell them. And so I take empty bottles and put them in water. And then I use that to add to my diffuser, and that's my diffuser water. Sometimes I add like a drop or two. Usually you need like 8 to 10 drops in a diffuser. When you have diffuser water, getting all of the oil out, and you only need 1 or 2 drops of from a full bottle. So White Angelica is like a double mirror. I've used that and seen the results with a micromanaging boss. Within like 3 days, she was like, oh, hey, can you make us some lattes? I see you're really busy. You have all the tables are full, but so I need 2 lattes when you have a minute. Okay, yeah. That was not usually the response. It was usually like, I need 2 lattes like now. And like the whole restaurant would be full and it'd just be me. And I'd be like, really? Like, I'm only getting paid on my tips right now and plus the $2. So it was really cool because it also shows, so it's a double mirror, right? It shows what you're putting out and what you're thinking about and what they're putting out. So highly encourage you adding White Angelica, as well as transformation. I wanted to bring that oil up as many of you already have the premium starter kit and you're already using it to help with yourself and your clients. So because it is towards the end of the year, and you may or may not, like we all still use this as a way to determine, hey, I hit my goal. Nope, I didn't. Okay, what do I need to transform? What do I need to change? Because again, it all starts here and it's out And it's all in the mind, right? It's what you're thinking and emotionalizing with. Um, so transformation's been a great one. A little side note. It was after that convention. I love the smell of transformation. It's one of my favorites. I don't really have a favorite, and I need to stop asking people that when I meet them because it's hard for me to choose, but transformation is one of them. It actually helped me attract Nate into my life. So it was after that convention, after I saw Bob Proctor speak. He's also a really good mindset person. If you're looking, y'all are on here watching this, you're looking for mindset. Bob Proctor has some great awareness and great results with mindset. And so I wrote down what I want in a significant other. And then I just kind of like let it go, worked on me, worked on my stuff, worked on my business. And then like 6 weeks later, I met Nate. Well, actually, within that month, I met him. And then I re-met him 6 weeks later. I thought he was interested in my friend. And then like, either way, we're still together. 11 years later, maybe 12 years later, we're still together. And yeah, so it's really cool. Highly encourage you to utilize that. If you already have a premium starter kit and you're like, wait, I don't have that right now, play with those oils and really just feel into them and gravitate to what you want. I do highly encourage everyone starting there. So can you see like how valuable this is to add to your life? It helps with your emotional wellness, your physical health, so your immune system. Like you guys, at least 5 times, and I haven't really tried to keep track because I just try and be aware of how I'm feeling, but I didn't get anything because I have tools on hand that support my body. Already this fall, 5 times. I'm like, uh-oh. It's also the mindset too. Knowing like, no, my body is perfect. I love it. So, and can you see how like upgrading and looking at like, oh, maybe I do need to look at my ingredients of my laundry soap and my shampoo and like different things. So highly encourage you to grab a starter kit. For those of you watching the replay, all that info is below. Those of you on, I will send you a link. And with the premium starter kit and then all of the oils that we talked about today, so that you can choose what is your favorites. And if you want to add add some extra. I do highly encourage a loyalty. I'm loyal to my health and wellness every month. There's supplements that I grab monthly, some that I only need every other month or every 3 months. And then I buy shampoo like, I don't know, every 2 to 3 months. Actually, no, shampoo we buy monthly because it's me and Nate. Conditioners every 2 or 3 months. I don't use conditioner as much. My hair doesn't need it. It's a whole thing. So, yay! All right, I'm gonna unrecord and see what open it up for questions. So thanks again for watching the replay for everyone. Stop recording.